Hey everyone, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'll be planning out Christmas week, which is the week of December 21st through the 27th, and I will be using a Polar Express themed kit from the Crafty Banana, and it is just one of the most beautiful kits I have ever seen, and once I saw it, I just had to have it and use it. I actually didn't have it in my lineup for this year, but she actually came out with it this year, and so I went ahead and picked it up. And I think I got it actually during Black Fridays when she released it, and so I grabbed it then. It was nice to get it on sale, and then I am so excited to be using it. If I would have planned this out beforehand, I probably would have used it the week before because I didn't actually get to use a lot of my Christmas stickers since they didn't really match these colors, but that is perfectly okay. There will be plenty of more Christmases, and so I will have good use out of them in the future. But for this year, I had just a beautiful kit to look at all week, and I just love how it all came together. So I'm just starting out by putting the scene kit on the bottom of my spread, and I've always done that with these scene kits. I really like how it ends up looking, and I think I've talked about this in my last one, but I know it sometimes gets confusing, but you're not actually losing any space with the scene kit. It takes up the same amount of space as what the full boxes and then your bottom washi usually would, and so I really love that, and I really love how the scene kit ends up looking, and so it's usually my favorite to use whenever I'm using a new kit for the first time from the Crafty Banana. I like to get the scene kit, and then I will usually grab the full boxes for the next time. So now I'm just going to work on my sidebar, and then I guess I put down a full box, and then I'm going to put down my date dots for my date covers, and I'm just using some date dots from the Crafty Banana. I like how her dots go with the date covers, and it's also the same like glossy paper and everything. So now that I know the colors for each day from the date covers, I can go in with these today headers to just kind of pull it all together for the color blocking, and it also helps use up some of this kit. I am bad about using the headers because I just don't really use those in my weekly spreads, and so being able to put the today header at the top there kind of helps me get rid of some stickers. Most of the colors were pretty dark enough that I didn't have to white out a lot, and I know my whiteout was very glad to get a break from being used so much, but the light purple was the only kind of color that I was questioning, and the date cover was fine, but for the header I went ahead and whited out a little bit. So now that I have the headers down, I have a base to be able to lay down the date covers, and so I just leave a little bit of white space above it, and then I just kind of line it up that way. So now that the date covers are in, I can finish up the sidebar. So I'm putting in this Believe full box for the top, and I really love how my sidebar ends up turning out. I have a this week header that I'm going to put in, and then I'm just going to use one of the habit trackers, and I will save the other habit tracker for the next time I use this kit. And I saw this idea from someone else on Instagram, but they put the mini scene that was like on the freebie underneath their sidebar, and I just really loved that, and so I went ahead and pulled that in for this kit, and I love being able to see the scene all together right there, and I think that's just like the perfect little place for it. So now I'm going in with the deco, and I decided to use the deco down the sidebar in between the like kind of white space that I had there. So I'm going to go in with the big pieces first. I really love how that train looked over the full box, and so now I'm just trying to spread everything out a little bit, and then anything left over, I'm going to go back in with, it's like the little gold dots where it kind of looks like how he would hole punch in the words in the ticket from the movie. And so I'm just kind of scattering those around, which I thought was kind of perfect because that's also kind of how the tickets, the ticket flies in the movie. And so I thought that was cute. So I have all of the main big pieces down. So this is where I'm going in with these small little dots. I really love how it turned out. And I got a fun idea that I've never done for the sidebar before, but usually when I'm putting deco at the top of the page, I will let it hang off the edge a little bit, and then I will cut the extra off. And I decided that I could even do that for the sidebar, and so I grabbed one of the tickets, and I put it up to see where I wanted to cut it, and then I went ahead and just took off a little bit of it and kind of made it look like where it's falling off a little bit there. So I thought that was a great way to be able to use like a little ticket, like more of the tickets, and I just really love how it turned out. So that's everything for the base of the kit, and now we can move into the day-by-day plans. So Monday started out by, well, I guess Monday ended with eating at Panda Express for dinner and then watching some Schitt's Creek. We have been loving that show. We're kind of behind on finding it, and so we're only on season 2 right now, but it has been our current favorite show to watch together. And this day I just had a few things to do around the house, and so I put in I just have 2 lines from the full box checklist, and so I have some signs that I needed to spray paint, and then I also just had some tidying up to do around the house. And for the rest of the day, it was pretty much just a lazy day. And so I have a custom script from Nightingale and Paper Co. to put in there, and we got our shelf grades back for our internal medicine exam, and so I ended up doing a lot better than I was expecting, and so I had to mark that in my planner because it was a rough exam, and so I was really happy with my grade and how it ended up turning out. And so I put that in, and then I had a great movie night this night. I was just trying to get in all the Christmas movies before Christmas was over, and so I watched Santa Claus 2, and then I watched the new Grinch, I believe, maybe this was the night that I watched the actual one. I think maybe the weekend before is when I watched the newer animated Grinch. I think this was the Jim Carrey Grinch. And then I just had I just want to clean up the surfaces. So on Tuesday, this was my laundry day, so I put it in a script from Piper Paper Company, and then I just had a few things to get together for the wedding. And so I just used icons from the kit. I thought that was a great way to pull in more of the kit, and it just kind of helped take up that space. So I was also washing the sheets this day, and I put that in with a script from Virgo and Paper, and I just layered that over a washi strip. And then I'm putting in this Winston with his tongue out because Jeffrey stopped and got Sonic Happy Hour for us, and I was then kind of super hyper for having caffeine late in the day, and so that was fun. And I got that out with some filming. So I put in a planner from Daily Dose of Stickers, and then I just layered over a film script from Virgo and Paper. And I really like how that looked layered together. And so tonight was another movie night. I was just kind of doing that a little bit every night so I could get some Christmas movies in. And so this night I watched Last Christmas, and I think that actually came out last year, but I never got to watch it. And so I was very surprised with what they ended up doing with it. It came out of nowhere. So I would highly recommend it. It was a little bit slow for me for a second, but once they pulled in the twist, I was very impressed with the movie. So Wednesday, I actually went back to Gossip Girl instead of a TV show or movie because I found out they're taking Gossip Girl off of Netflix. And so I'm in the middle of a rewatch. And so I am trying to finish as much of it as I can before they take it off. So I watched Gossip Girl this night, and this night we actually got to go and get our COVID vaccine. And so our school had enough vaccines for our 3rd and 4th year medical students that were still in town during Christmas break to be able to come in and get our vaccines. And so I am so thankful that we got to go and do that, and I just feel so much better now. So we got that, and then we also had a little family dinner this night, and so now I guess I'm going back up to the top here. So it was my cousin Bryce's birthday, and so I put that in with a little cupcake from the freebie. And then I had some errands to run, and so I put that in with a script from Piper Paper Company, and so then the little checklist there was what I had to do our errands on. So then I just had some tidying up to do, and I think that was about it for Wednesday. So then moving on to Thursday, this was Christmas Eve, and so we started out by going to one of my grandpa's house, and so we had lunch out there. We went and had dinner at Jeffrey's parents' house, and then I also went and got to go look at Christmas lights with my grandparents, and that was just super fun to be able to drive around and do. And then that night we also watched 3 more movies. So we had Elf, The Grinch, and Christmas Vacation. So it was a fun little day. So Christmas Day, I started it out with a reindeer Winston, and then I have this script from, I believe, Virgo and Paper is where I got the clear holiday scripts from. And then I put in a emoji holding some presents to mark opening presents. Christmas is usually a lazy day for us, and so there's really not a lot to mark. And so I was trying to use a big little character stickers to take up some space there. And then I'm putting in a half box to mark our family lunch. And I love the emojis all eating together there, and so that was fun to use. And then I was still taking up some space, so I put in a family time script from Piper Paper Company, and my grandparents did surprised me with a big present this year. They got me a camera and just completely blew away, like, I don't know, they just knocked it out of the park this year for their present. And so I put that in with a Winston holding a Polaroid and then a flag at the bottom there to mark mine and Jeffrey's little date night. We have been getting Chinese food for Christmas night for the past couple years, and so that's like our little tradition. So I have this couple that's like underneath a mistletoe from Pumpkin Paper Co. On Saturday, after such a busy week and everything else, we decided to sleep in this day, and so I have a script from Virgo and paper to mark that. And then my dad and I had some dance practice to work on for the wedding, and so I put in a Once More with Love munchkin that is dancing, and I thought that was super cute to mark our time together for that. And I had a lot of cleaning to do around the house this day, and so I layered a clean the house script over a quarter box to just kind of change it up a little bit with how I've been doing my scripts, and I actually really love how that turned out. And my cleaning turned into also organizing different parts of the house, and so I started with organizing the kitchen. I just put that in with an icon from the kit, and I'm actually going down to the bottom here, but I'm a little bit out of frame, but I put in that we were watching Schitt's Creek this night and also just kind of relaxing because we cleaned the house for like 4 hours this day, and so we just wanted to hang out. And so I have a script for that, and then we were also hanging up a few pictures that we had, and so I have this new Winston that's, I think it was supposed to be like building furniture or something, but I thought it was also kind of cute to mark hanging up pictures. For Sunday, it was my dad and grandpa's birthday, and so I have this munchkin to mark that it was their birthday. I always love that their birthday's on the same day, and it's just like my two, guys in my life, and so I love that. And so we didn't really get to do anything for their birthday, so I just kind of marked that, but this day I had some errands to run, and so I put that in with a script, and then I put in the checklist for what I had to do. This was the day that I actually got to pick up my camera, so that was like my big fun errand. And then I also got my bridal pictures back this day, and so I spent a long time just looking at those and soaking it all up, and I had been like waiting weeks to get that back, and I just love how they turned out. And then I have a little yay Winston to mark setting up my camera and getting in some filming, and then we ended the night with Schitt's Creek. So here is the finished spread. This kit is just so beautiful. I really love the first half of the scene with like the northern lights and everything up there. It's just so pretty. But I also love the little part with like Santa's little village over there. So this is everything for this plan with me. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.